First, I'd like to welcome all my fellow extreme conservatives to the state capitol today. And I'd also like to say thank you to Jason and the New Yorkers for constitutional freedoms, for all that you do, bringing this together, but also being up here. They're in the hallways on a regular basis, talking to us about issues that are important, the issues of conscience, the issues of morals. I mean, we get caught up in all the legislation up here, and I think sometimes people forget, you know, the fabric of our society, our morals and our values. And I just want to thank Jason and your entire staff for what you do there. And I want to thank all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for not being afraid to stand up. Thank you for not being afraid to fight for your values and the freedoms that are so important to our society and to our culture. You know, it's okay to have faith in politics. Sometimes people think that's not a good thing in separating church and state, but I think faith is a very important thing to have. I think it's okay to believe. And faith, our faith defines who you are. It affects your perspective, it affects your judgment, it affects your values. I'm proud to be pro-life. I'm proud to be a supporter of traditional marriage. I'm proud to be a supporter of the Second Amendment. For me, faith is the most important thing to me. You know, I was fortunate to bring in a family and about God and believing and walking, not just talking the talk, but walking the walk. I mean, you know, everywhere you go, God is in someone, Jesus is in someone, and you need to respect that wherever you go. So you know, that's something I'm trying to instill in my children. And it's not necessarily that you have to wear it on your sleeve, but it is something that if you're presented with the opportunity, I think we have a responsibility as Christians to talk about. Because what we do on this earth is just a precursor to what's ahead of us. And I think there's a mission upon all of us to try to bring more people into God's kingdom. And I think, you know, being in a position of public policy, you know, you balance all that, but at the same time, you know, you should never lose sight of your faith and what guides you and your values and your morals, because we have a responsibility to the people who elect us, but we also have a higher calling that we're responsible to as well. So I'm going to be brief, and just two last things. Number one, don't ever be discouraged. Be strong. Hold your elected officials accountable. Continue to speak up. That's your right. And remember one thing. You do belong here. And in fact, not only do you belong here, we need you here. So continue to be strong and continue to be vigilant. And just one last thing, and you know, you hear it all the time, but continue to pray for your leaders, your elected officials. Whether you agree or disagree with them on public policy, this can sometimes be a very difficult job. It can be very challenging emotionally, physically, in so many different ways. But your prayers help. I remember once I had a little card. We get so much mail in our office. I had a little card that came into my office, and it was just a card that someone filled out, sent to me, and it says, "We prayed for you today." That made me feel good. We need more of that. That helps. So we need that divine intervention sometimes, and to know that people are praying for us. So continue to pray for your leaders, no matter if you agree or disagree with them on their opinion. It's important to do that. And I just want to say thank you so much for being up here. Thank you so much for not being afraid to speak your mind and your values, and saying, you know, it's okay to believe. It's okay to have faith in politics. It's okay. And remember that the morals and the fiber is intricate to what we are. It defines us, our personality, it defines our views, our values, our perspective, and our judgment. So thank you so much. Continue to fight, and we'll continue to fight with you. Thank you.